Hey everybody, it's Ernie again, and I'm going to show you my completed wireless rack here. And I have on the bottom, I have these Phoenix Pro PTU2U dual diversity wireless mics. And of course, on top is the Alto Stealth Mark II. And I installed a little antenna rack on the top. And so let me go through this thing really quick for people who don't know much about antennas here. Now, these Phoenix Pro wireless antennas, they operate on the half-wave antennas. And the half-wave antennas are dipole antennas, which means it doesn't need a ground plane. It works on height more than anything else. So your best bet is to, if you're going to be using a bunch of wireless mics, put it on a tripod so your half-wave antennas will have a chance to broadcast over people's heads. Now, the Alto here is a quarter wave antenna, which is works on a ground plane. What a ground plane is, it has to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but it should be grounded to the earth. So that's why I have the tripod, this metal tripod connected to this metal rack here. So it creates an earth for it. And what happens is the earth acts as a antenna for the quarter wave antennas, because the quarter wave antennas don't go as far as the half wave antennas, but the quarter wave antennas are more efficient than the half wave antennas. The half wave antennas are efficient because they go further, but the quarter wave antennas have a I don't know. They say it has a better sound to it. I really can't tell the difference myself. But anyway, if you notice, the antennas are they're separated between 4 to 6 inches apart, because if you have them too close together, it's going to cause RF problems. And if it's dual diversity, the dual diversity will never work, because it doesn't have a chance to split up the signal, if you know what I'm talking about. So let's go to the back of this thing. So when you have, like a farm of antennas, try to separate them between 4 to 6 inches apart. Like here is one right here, and it's about 6 inches apart. And same thing with the other one too. You don't want to have them too close together. Now, if you look at the diagram of the dipole antennas, they radiate back and forth, meaning it's very sight oriented, meaning you have to have it line of sight, basically. So that's why I say to elevate your wireless mics as high as you can, because it works on line of sight. Now, and that is a dipole antenna, and the monopole antenna, which is the quarter wave, works on the ground plane. So you don't need to have it that high, but it's okay to have it high. It's not going to hurt. It's going to help a little bit. But if you're planning on changing your quarter wave antennas to the longer half wave, you're really not going to get much of a difference on it, because it's tuned to be the transmitter here is tuned for a quarter wave antenna. Same thing if you have quarter wave antennas on your wireless microphones. If you start monkeying around and putting a half wave antenna on it, the way it was designed isn't going to be fully accomplished by the manufacturer. Like Shure makes a lot of good priced wireless handheld mics that use the smaller quarter wave antennas. And I know some people who change it around, or they swap it out with the half wave antennas, and you're not really getting much out of it. You're probably gaining about, I would say, about maximum 10 feet, or not even 10 feet. They say it's very minute when you do that type of thing. But I really wouldn't do it if I were you, because the manufacturers, they have the antennas a certain height for a reason. It's called matching your antenna to your transmitter or your receiver. And if you start monkeying around with that, it's not going to be as efficient as it was meant to be. But anyway, there's a bunch of graphics that I grabbed for you to explain the difference between a dipole and a monopole antenna. And it's not brain surgery, but it's a little bit different. And that's it for now. But anyway, yeah, always put it on a tripod, and then bolt the tripod to a speaker stand, and bolt the speaker stand to a rack here. I mean, it looks like hell, but if you're using it for professional use, it really matters if you're getting dropouts or not. And that's the number one key of having a good wireless system, is to avoid dropouts. Now, you can get a shark fin for it too. The shark fins do not work on transmitting, though. That's a different animal. So it only works on the receivers, which are kind of like these. And the shark fins are great because these zero in on the mic of the person talking, and that's great. And it adds dBs to it. It adds more decibel to your signal. But that's about it. I mean, if you really need a shark fin, then you're just too far away from your receiver. That's my thing. If you need to help yourself, it's kind of like, it's not cheating. It's just, I don't know, just buy a good system from the get-go. Then you don't have to buy the shark fin. But yeah, there is no shark fin for a transmitter, though, because it works on a different type of thing, because the transmitter is sending a signal out. These are receiving a signal. So this is going to be a little bit different. You can't put a shark fin on this thing because it won't work. They haven't developed one yet. They probably will develop a shark fin type of antenna for a transmitter, but as of now, I haven't seen one. But anyway, this is Ernie, and I just wanted to show you my rack here, which is, like I said, it's kind of a cluster effort, but it works. It's not bad. But so what you do when you buy this thing, they sell these on eBay for about $35. This single rack with 4 BNC connectors on it, and you just string up the ones that you have, and I mean, they probably make one with 8, but I bought the one with 4 because basically all I was going to do was put the quarter wave antennas on it, because in the back of this thing here, as you can tell right here, it goes in kind of deep, and so the antennas wouldn't be able to clear the back lid here, or back cover here. So that's why I rerouted it to the front. But anyway, that's it for now. I mean, we're going to try it out next week and, see the distance. I've been using it outside my garage here, and, that's just a garage. So I really can't tell if it's doing it. I mean, it'll probably be all right. I mean, there's no telling how it's going to be. It depends on every situation. Depends on where you are and what kind of radio waves there are around you. But you always have to make sure to go on here and set your channels when you get to a location. because if you don't, then you're going to be in trouble because you want to get the clearest signal. So do a channel search all the time. In fact, some people do channel searches twice during a gig. Like if you're doing a wedding or something and it's time for people to eat and you're not using the mic, some people do a search during that time so they can actually get a real clear signal. But anyway, that's a tip here. And yeah, if you have these little itty bitty antennas like this, don't fret, man, because the engineers, they meant for you to have them. And if you start mousing around, then it's not the antenna is not going to match the transmitter or match the receiver. But upping the height is the best thing. If you look at this diagram, this is the proper way of doing it, so you'll have a clearer signal. All right, you guys, take it easy. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.